Hello, people. It's your boy Usmaan back again with another match preview. Manchester United take on RB Leipzig in the decider. Who goes to the Europa League and who makes it through to the next stage of the Champions League? Well, depending on if Istanbul cause an absolute miraculous, a bit of a shock really in terms of a win, but I don't think that's going to happen. So this game is going to paint the picture. But anyways, as always, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We're about 8 subscribers or 9 subscribers of 900, so we would really appreciate it. As always, get your comments in and let's flip and get started. I am joined by Mr. Smiler, aka Ollie in. A man's always happy, regardless of what the score is. Before Gemma, how you doing, my brother? Look at that smile, beautiful. Jem, how you doing, man? How you doing? You're our German expert, by the way. So
yes, bro. I'm really good by the grace of God. And yourself?
Yes, good to hear. And also, I'm joined by the man who's just joined me to rinse Ahmed. If you haven't already seen the Rival Fan podcast, make sure you check that out because that was a good laugh for us in particular. I'm joined by his words only, the podcast host, Kojo. Yes, Kojo, good. Same G. We're positive going to this one, aren't we? We're positive.
Yeah, all we need is a point. So, but we have to try and go for the win. So yeah, trying to feel positive ahead of the game, and I'm in a great mood after destroying the Arsenal fans. So, we're actually.
Listen, it's beautiful. It's like my favorite pastime now at the moment. Like, as everyone keeps saying to me, "Oh my God, all you talk about is Arsenal on your Twitter." Listen, it is what it is. I'm just gonna enjoy it while it lasts. Anyways, that aside, let's talk about the game in hand. RB Leipzig's last game was against Bayern Munchen. If you haven't already seen the highlights, but feel free to check them out. Me personally, I've watched the extended highlights, and I'm a fan of Nagelsmann. Anyways, as you boys know, I thought they were absolutely fantastic. And watching the highlights, if anything, that striking, the fear have got into me, and I'm absolutely worried. Hannah's got a comment here which I can't personally repeat, but by all means, you can read out yourself. Anyways, Jem, we'll start with you first and foremost. What are your thoughts regarding our game against Leipzig? As I've already mentioned, a fantastic performance from their behalf in terms of going into this game. Are you nervous going into this game, or do you think we'll have enough?
It's mixed feelings because you don't know the United team that will turn up in the first 45 minutes because the game can be done in the first 45 minutes. If Leipzig are very if they are clinical, they can just finish us in the first 45 minutes. And if we turn up like we turn up against them at Old Trafford, the game could be settled in the first 45. So I don't know which team will turn up tomorrow, God willing, but I pray that we'll be up against them because they'll be pressing us. And Nagelsmann is a very good tactician, and he has a very good team. Just that, like I said earlier on, they don't have a typical finisher. Like since Werner went to Chelsea, Werner wasn't somebody who is he scores their goals, but he's not a good finisher. Like I remember, I always told people that the Chelsea fans that they should not expect too much from Werner because Werner will miss a lot of chances. That's how he is. He will miss, he will score. And now they are frustrated. When I tell them, they said when I said they thought I hated them, that I hated the player, that I didn't want the player was not coming to United, so I was being a hater. I told them no, it's the truth. Then now they've realized that that's the thing. So the Leipzig team, they are good, but now because they don't have Upamecano, that will be another advantage to us.
Is Upamecano not playing, sorry?
He's not playing. He's out.
Oh, is he banned?
Yeah, he's banned. He's on suspension.
Right. I wasn't even aware of that, actually. I wasn't even
aware
of that.
So that's an advantage to us because his presence at the back, although this guy, what's his name? Konando is also good, but he's a little bit somewhere. I like him more than Upamecano.
I think he's underrated a bit, to be honest.
Yeah, he's very good. But I don't know why people are so over Upamecano. I like that guy. He's very good. He's very solid. So I don't know who's going to partner him tomorrow, but that's the advantage we have, and I'm sure we are going to play. Rashford will play. So it's some way, but I just pray that we need a point, but we should go in for a win. Leipzig will open up, so to be it's a game I'm really looking forward to because it will be a free-flowing game. Nobody's going to defend, so if you take your chances, you win the game.
Yeah,
and I hope we do.
Yeah, no, obviously Ali's comment said tomorrow Eve is going to be scary. Pray we just start well and stamp our authority. It's a weird situation really, because it's basically like a second leg in a sense that, well, obviously without taking into consideration the first leg, but it's like we've got an away goal advantage basically, because they have to win the game, and we're basically playing for, technically we're not playing for a draw, but in our head if we draw the game, we basically win on away goals, hypothetically speaking. So it's a similar scenario that what the players have been in this scenario many a times. You mentioned, they're not having Upamecano. Of course, we're without Fred because he's suspended, as we know. We're not without Martial and Cavani due to injury, although it does seem like they will be back for the weekend's game against Man City. Kojo, in terms of our sort of preparation going to this, as we've already spoken to Lawless, very fortunate victory over West Ham, but nonetheless showing great character once again. How does our team go into this game? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I think it's important for the guys to now try and get the initiative and go forward and try and kill this team off. Luckily for us, the 3 players that scored are the 3 players that are available. So that's good for them as well. Someone like Greenwood, a really good strike on the weekend, great touch, great finish. So it's going to do lots for his confidence. I'm expecting him to start the game because Martial and Cavani are not available.
Yeah.
So that's 2 number 9s. He's the other natural number 9, other than, well, Rashford's not a natural number 9 anyway. So yeah, it's good for his confidence. I think the players that needed the confidence boost the most got a good came out of the West Ham game really good. The defenders defended well. They've been defending well for a while now, actually. So I think even though we are missing 2, I would say, key players, we still have the quality in there to win this game. The midfield's still bolstered. The defenders are still there. Tellez is available. We still got our goalkeepers available as well. So
Luke Shaw is back.
Who?
Luke Shaw.
We got Tellez there. So, yeah. So no, but he's right though. Even if God forbid, but if Tellez was not to be available for some reason, we have at least got our other left back there. So I don't want Benji's idea of Fosu Mensah being there.
Just about to say,
haven't forgotten about that. Never forgetting about that. That's criminal. So no, but we look fine. I think squad's shape is fine regardless. So going to this game positive. Why not?
Yeah, no, you said in terms of confidence, a lot of the players that you mentioned, Greenwood, Rashford in particular, high on confidence after that. To be fair, great 35 minutes from both of them really in the end. In terms of the midfield, Fred's going to be a huge miss for us. But Tellez, let's just talk about Tellez because you've mentioned briefly. Gemma, you worried about Tellez defensively because, we know with RB Leipzig, I know Tellez did play, if I'm not mistaken, did he play when we beat them? No, he didn't. Was it sure?
Sure.
But in terms of Tellez, as we said prior to, I don't know the kid's name, the right winger for RB Leipzig. Yeah, he looks at talent, and Tellez defensively, is that something they can potentially cause us problems, or is it other areas that they'll hurt us?
Like when we signed Tellez, I always told people that he's good going forward, but he's like Arnold. Defensively, he's not that good. He's not solid. But I think Oli might. I don't know, but I have a funny feeling he might play Luke Shaw and play Tellez like he did in PSG.
Wassers just said that as well with 3 at the back.
He might just go for that, and that will help Tellez. That's a better option because it means we are solidified at the back. Then offensively, Tellez can help a lot because he's a playmaker. That guy I just love his delivery. So if Luke Shaw is there, I think that side will not have much of a trouble. But if we are going to leave him there alone, it means whoever plays on the left-hand side should help him a lot, or else he'll be roasted there. Because against what's his name, Bowen, he made him sweat. Yeah. He made him sweat. So I just hope that Oli maybe plays Luke Shaw. If Luke Shaw plays, that it means our back, the left back, will not have any problems.
Yeah,
because that guy is very good. He's very good. He's very good. The guy, the Nkuto guy is very, very good. He's very good.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I only actually saw him in this Bayern game. I've not really followed RB Leipzig enough to say a lot about him. But from the highlights I've just seen of him playing against Bayern Munich, this guy was a problem. He looked like a proper player. So he's going to cause a problem. It's similar to Bowen in terms of he likes to quit. He's very quick on his feet as well. His movement obviously deviates very quickly, body position, so to speak. But shifts his body, shifts his feet, should I say. But yeah, Kojo, just in terms of that suggestion there, 5 at the back, is that something you'd actually consider? Because Luke Shaw could potentially go into left centre back, and every time we seem to play 5 at the back, we very rarely concede. Or would you go for something else in terms of formation?
I would keep the 4 at the back because that's what we did against them the first time and we got the result. I think what's important is when they played us, they sort of changed up a little bit. Angelino went from left back to left mid and Kunku went to the right.
Right.
So there was no Justin Cliver. I don't know if he was unavailable. I can't remember if he was unavailable or not.
No, he didn't play that game.
Yeah, and Danny Olmo played that game, but he was more like they played like a flat 5 rather than maybe like 2 wingers and a 3 centre midfielder. So I don't know. With Leipzig, they're unpredictable. They like to change it up every now and then. That's the thing about that thing. They like to change it up. And you don't know if you're gonna play what's his name, Forsberg, or if they're gonna play Poulsen. The difference in who they could play also is different. So I think we need to stick to our guns, stick to what works. So far, we play 4 at the back. The 2 centre backs been working. We need that protector. I think Matic had a good game when he played against them.
Yep.
Let him be that protector. Pogba started the game with Donny van de Beek as well. That actually works really well. So, if you can bring that dynamic back and let them play the same way, I think the good thing about clubs like Leipzig is even if you smack them 5-0, if it was like knockout
still open
stages 5-0, they wouldn't change it up. You know what I'm saying? Like they would still keep the same style, the same play, regardless of how bad it's going. So that for me gives me the positive thinking that we don't really need to change too much ourselves. Approach the game the same way because you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try and play the same way and depend on their talents having the ability to beat us on the dribble, get the ball back, attack them straight away, counter attack, boom, try and get as many goals as possible. So that's why it's important for me to also play Rashford and what's his name, Greenwood, because as much you guys spoke about Upamecano, right now I'm still not sold on him. He's young, but people put him up to a level. Like he's young, he makes mistakes, and he made mistakes against us.
So
exactly, and he's supposed to be their best center.
They're going to be scared of Rashford, man. Rashford was absolutely devastating against them.
Killed him.
Last time.
Absolutely killed him.
And obviously Greenwood scored as well, as you mentioned, Pogba got the assist. But just coming back to Greenwood and Rashford, right? This is just my personal opinion, right? I think they can't play together at all. Like I generally haven't seen them play together in a 2 up top. Let me rephrase that. Sorry, in a 2 up top, I don't think it works at all. Like neither of them can hold the ball. They're both at the ball in behind, and although it might work, I just think it becomes very predictable in the way we play. Like they kind of anticipate what we're doing. They're both the same kind of runs. They're not the similar kind of play because they are very different in a sense. But every time I've seen them play together, for whatever reason, it doesn't work. One of them needs to drop and get the ball. And I feel like Greenwood's probably better at doing that than Rashford. Rashford, for me, has to be running in behind. Every single given opportunity, he needs to do that. Like you saw that miss that he got against West Ham when he hit the post, he scuffed the shot. But those kind of runs from Rashford is devastating. He's rapid. We need him in those positions where the ball gets played through to him with quality, of course. But he needs to be doing that with Greenwood dropping off because it's going to confuse him. If they're both in the exact same thing in terms of movement, I think that's going to play into their hands. And I think my issue is the physicality from both of them against that. I don't know how to pronounce his name. The Conande, I don't know how to. Their centre back, the main centre back. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's gonna bully them if they start playing. I swear to God, they start doing this long ball shit that they were doing against Southampton or whoever it was. When we came back eventually, who were they doing long balls to Greenwood against? I can't remember what team it was, but Greenwood was up front and they kept hitting a long ball to him. It's like he's never going to win it. I think it might be.
I think it was Southampton.
And then he was like, why are they doing that? So they got to play smart. In terms of the formation, I would actually keep the diamond. I would do the exact same thing that we did in the first game. Pogba has to play and Van der Beek have to play because they're like we said, they're one of the best pressing teams about. Bruno, again, he has to play. I'd play all 3 of them. I know it's not going to happen. I know he's going to play McTominay and Matic with probably Van der Beek and Bruno or some shit like that. But that's what I would go for. Jem, what do you reckon in terms, of your lineup and your formation? Who are you going for?
Now, I said, I'll go with what you said. I will, but in Ole's mind, if I read his mind, I'm sure he'll play Matic. Matic did not play over the weekend, so Matic will definitely play. Then I would like to see Van der Beek, Tony, Bruno. Yeah, but I don't know. But I think we need Pogba. We need Pogba in that game, and I think he should go for the diamond, like we played the first leg at Old Trafford. We played the diamond and it worked for us, so we should just go for the diamond. We have Pogba, Bruno in there, then Matic. Because I think the first leg, Bruno came from the bench.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's going to put him on the bench this time
And
around.
he got an assist off the bench as well.
That was
He played that pass, didn't he? Yeah.
that pass. So I think I don't know, but I'll go for the diamond. I'll go for the diamond.
Right, fair enough. Kojo, what's your midfield? We know the front two is obviously going to be the same, and the defense realistically no one's going to change anything there.
But don't be surprised if you see Dan James.
I would be very surprised if I see Dan
You
James.
know what? I don't want to see Dan James start, but funnily enough, this could be a game that actually works for him. A team that has high lines,
He will
play through
run,
balls, and just run.
Just run.
It's a dream. It's a dream come true for him. Like, that's using his actual strength to his advantage could actually be the game for him. But off the bench, you know what I mean?
Sorry, I just got to put this comment on the screen because Archie's right. Archie's an Arsenal fan that always comes to my stream. Archie, shout out to you, brother. But look at this comment. I can't even laugh. Pogba will go as Arsenal done out here. You know me, rags and shit out of you, but man's just giving up. Cherry's put a dream, but please no. Love to Dan James. So, Kojo, I'll ask you again, who are you going for? Who would you play? Is the dream going to come true with Dan James, or are you going for someone else?
No, I'd actually stick with the diamond as well. I think, and the thing is, I hear what you're saying about Greenwood and Rashford playing up top, but I think the good thing that can come out of that is you could ask any of the strikers to drift a bit wider because Bruno's going to try and make those runs beyond the striker anyway. So that can almost work as a front three. Pogba, I think, would work on the left side lovely with Tellers. I think those two would be a dream together. Donny van der Beek actually helps Wan-Bissaka quite well on that right side in terms of passing the ball out. He's a workhorse and he always makes himself available. So when Wan-Bissaka needs an outlet to pass to, he's there and he turns and just gets us moving. So I would stick with the diamond. But if he does go to the 4-2-3-1, which he loves to go to, then it has to be Matic and Van der Beek together as a two, and then you choose out of Bruno and Pogba to start as thing. I don't think you should.
If he plays 4-2-3-1, I might cry.
So would I, but I think I feel like that's what he's going to go.
That's what he's going to do as well, obviously. But then who do you play on the wing then? Because obviously Rashford's going to be left, Greenwood's going to be down the middle, of course. Then who's the right wing? Don't even fucking say what you're going to say.
What am I going to say? What am I going to say? Of course, of course.
Yeah,
no, but who else though? Because he hasn't got the speed to run in behind, but he can play the passes to find Rashford on the other side. That's the kind of thing I want. Or find Bruno making runs in behind. I want efficiency.
I want someone to the pace of the game though. Right? Is Matt's going to be
Leipzig are a pressing side, but their game is not super.
Man, that guy's a bowler, man. That guy.
Oh, he's a good player, but Matic is also an intelligent player. That's one thing he has to decide. If he was one of those players that was when he was younger, he could ball out, but he didn't have that intelligence. As he got older, he was useless. I wouldn't want him, but because he reads the game really well, I think if you just use him to be an extra outlet for his creative ability to pass from different ranges, you can get the most out of him. We're talking about pace, but
Jerry's not having it today from you.
I know he's not on it, but pace. I understand why we want quicker players in the game, like that coming for example. But I don't think the game directly needs pace. It needs pace for players that are going to run in behind. But Greenwood has the pace to run in behind. Rashford has the pace to definitely has the pace to run in from behind, and Bruno's not the quickest, but he's deceptively fast. He's not slow. And the way they play a high line, if you play a pass, I'm telling you right now, the way teams defend, it takes them 5 minutes before they turn and realize, oh mate, I'm going to catch up next to him. My one problem is efficiency. Once we get into those positions, are we going to kill them off? Because I don't want another PSG. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But Matic can survive in this game, no problem.
Bro, I'm actually nervous thinking about it now. Like in terms of the match, I can just imagine the ball being played to Rashford down the wing, him cutting it back, so misses a sitter. For me personally, what we haven't even mentioned at all, Lindelof, right? His distribution has been absolute quality of late.
Yes.
Like no one's even spoken about it, right? And obviously everyone slagged him off for defending and whatnot. But I want to give a special mention to this guy because his ball into the channel. Unlike everybody else, 9 out of 10 times it actually gets there. If the run is on, like Rashford, like you said, high line. I won't be surprised if Lindelof just plays the ball in like Rashford 1-on-1. Like genuinely won't be surprised. But he needs like again. I don't want to use a random example, but it's France, right? When Pogba gets the ball, Griezmann and Mbappe, and I've said this about a million times. These men know the ball's coming, running behind. Obviously, Mbappe is ridiculously quick, but Griezmann's not the quickest. But the ball always gets to him because Pogba's like a sat nav. He'll find you. Like he's got that ability in him. He's and that's what Lindelof and Rashford, they need to have that. As soon as Lindelof gets a ball, even if Rashford doesn't get it 9 out of 10 times, he needs to run in behind it because it's going to stretch them, and then he'll be able to get the ball to feet because they're going to vacate that space. They're going to think, shit, I need to drop a couple of yards because he's too quick for me, which he is. So it's all that's what people are praising Cavani so much, because he plays like a boxer with his movement. Boxing, you hit the jab, you wear him down. Obviously, hitting the stomach, whatever. Wear him down, and then eventually, like, shit, I've got no stamina left. That's what Cavani does. He keeps running in behind, and then he comes to feet, and they're like, shit, like, I've given him the extra yards. He's got the ball to his feet now, and that's where football intelligence comes from. And Rashford, for me, when Lindelof's got the ball in particular, I want him to just do it, because Lindelof probably won't make the pass or tried to make the pass, but he needs to keep doing it, because if he keeps going, it'll mean Greenwood and Bruno will get space in the middle of the park, and that's what we want, especially for Bruno in particular. If he gets those spaces there, then we're going to hurt them. So for me personally, they need to do their job off the ball. That's the most important thing in this game. RB Leipzig are a smart team, but they're not the greatest team. We've got Common here said defensively the shit. Well, you can say that, but they ship a lot of goals. Most of the games are, they score, but they concede loads. But
exactly.
Them in terms of how we can hurt them, we know how they can hurt us. They're very good on the press, in particular. They're very good in tight spaces, and obviously they'll get in your face. Obviously, they won't give us. They'll suffocate you to an extent. How can we hurt them? What do you think we can do to exploit them and their weaknesses?
No, could you go?
Gemma, to you, we'll let you start first, Jem.
Yeah, go Jem.
Okay. Like you rightly said, we just have to. We have to be quick with our passes, because you realize that when we start games, we are so slow in how we play our like against West Ham. You could see that the passes were not going and there were no movement up front. Yeah. That's why people would say that maybe Pogba was not doing a lot of enough, because movement up front. If there's no movement, who are you going to pass the ball to? So I just hope that we are just quick with our passes. That's why I would like to have Mata in there, because Mata has that brain to give those kind of passes. And you can see that Bruno has that telepathic understanding with Mata, where you give these quick passes, and also, what's his name, Donny. So if we are quick with our passes, we can release those Greenwood, or if it's Rashford, up front, so that we can just hit them. Those are the things that if we do, we hit them, because their defense, they're not really the fastest. They're not really that fast, and they're shipping a lot of goals. If you watch them against even this, what's his name? Turkish name. I forget.
Istanbul.
3-3
as well.
The guy on Ben TV said Istanbul. They said the name is there. They conceded 3 goals.
Yeah.
So it means we can even score. We can score them, because we score them 5. It's possible for us to also, and I think we must also make use of our set pieces. You see, we get a lot of infringements, then we don't make use of it.
Set pieces, man.
Sometimes you can see, what's his name, Harry Maguire. There might be, let's say, a free header. He just heads it off target. So we make use of whatever the advantage of the infringements, the free kicks and set piece. We should make use of it, and we should be quick with our passes, because that's the only way you can beat their press. If you are not quick with their passes, you can't beat their press. If we begin the way we begin matches slowly, then they will eat us up, like the way Southampton did to us. They'll just cut us off like that. So we just have to be quick with our passes, and I think we can hit them.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very good point, especially at the end. The way we start the game, Coach, we can see and praise Man United for second half performances. They're coming back. Look, you're not going to get away with that every single week, man. We need to fix up how important. How do you want us to start the game? Like, we know what RB Leipzig are going to do. They're going to press us very high, impact as well. When we beat them 5-0, for me personally, it was a flawless performance in the manner in which we played out of the press. Pogba was brilliant that day. Like, I think I gave him like 10 or something. But how important is it the way we start this game, Coach?
The first 45 minutes, like Jen was saying earlier in the show, the first 45 minutes are so key. Very simple. I think we need to come out of there with 1 or 2 goals. Whether that be ahead or level, regardless, we need the goals. We need to unsettle them. They remind me of the Ajax team that we beat in the Europa League final under Mourinho.
Yeah.
Because they're so one-dimensional the way they play.
Yeah.
They get unsettled by a team that plays anti-football.
Yeah.
So if I need us to be obsessed with not having the ball too much. As soon as we get the ball, we look to just be efficient, go for the kill, try and kill them off, win the game. We obviously haven't got like a Zlatan or Ibra to play long balls to and all that, but it's not about holding the ball up. Long passes with someone like Pogba and Bruno Fernandes on the pitch, you've got the ability to play passes up high as well as down low.
Yeah.
Just get them through the spaces in between defenders are going to be so big every time they push forward. Angelino and I forgot the right back's name. I was going to keep pushing forward as well. With the wingers in front of them. Just go direct, play the game simple and win the game. Get goals. That should be the aim of the game. So they might not find it attractive, but what would be attractive to us is getting through to the knockout stages and not going to the Europa League. So we need to win this game. And I know we only need a point, but realistically, we don't want to draw this game. And it would be nice if we both drew this game and PSG lost to Istanbul. But again, we have to go off realism. And I don't think that's going to happen either. So let's just go for the win. Forget about what happens to Leipzig. And then hopefully we get the 3 points. So I would approach the game the way we did against Ajax and just try and put them off.
Yeah, we've got a few comments here from Brendan here. A few contrasting comments. RB Leipzig need to beat us. We don't need to beat them. This means they will have to come to us. That will create space to exploit 100%. Worldwide Red, shout out to you, my brother. I don't think we can park the bus, though. They will score, so we need to not approach the game negatively. I think that's definitely a valid point. I don't think Kojo was insinuating that we approach it in the manner, in a negative manner or sit back, so to speak. I think it's about moving the ball from back to front quickly. You know, they allow us to have a lot of space in behind. We have to exploit that. You know, we gotta be quick with the ball. We're not gonna have 3, 4, 5 touches. We're barely gonna have 2 touches this game in terms of the first 35 minutes because they're gonna be on job. They know they need to win this game. They're gonna come out firing, and they're at home as well. I don't know if they've got fans in Germany at the moment, but for me personally, I genuinely think the goal is gonna be decided on the first goal. Like, I genuinely believe if we score first, we won the game. Like, I say win the game, but we're through because they will have to score 2, and they know that. You know, they're going to, like you said, they only got one man on which they're playing. Nagelsmann was very naive in the first game as well. You know, he allowed them to continue to play in a similar manner, although we were exploiting their weaknesses. And their heads dropped for no reason whatsoever. After the second goal, they just seemed to lose their heads. So, like, again, we score early, first 5-10 minutes, of course, in any game. If we score in the first 10 minutes as a bonus. But I feel like with their sort of young manager, young players in general, I know Sabitzer's experience, but a couple of the players are, but a lot of the team is fairly young. I think the first goal will knock the stuffing out of them, and I think it will. For me personally, if we score first, I'll be confident we can get through. So let's just quickly finish on their danger man and their danger men even, and then we'll do the score prediction. So, Cody, we'll start with you. For me, I've already mentioned his name about 20 times. Sabitzer, I'm a huge fan of his. Was he playing the first game? I don't remember.
He did. He played.
Did he play? Oh, well, he was that good. I didn't
he played. He started on the left, and later they
I didn't
the right.
Remember it. But like in general, you know, sheer quality from him. The guy on the right wing, is it Nkuku? Is that
Nkuku, yeah.
Nkuku.
Oh, yes, I got it. Nkuku, I'm a fan of his. I think he's a talent. Angelino as well, you know, former Man City player. I think going forward, he's brilliant. He gets into a lot of good areas, you know, in terms of the balance. So Wan-Bissaka might need help on him because he causes a lot of problems. He likes getting behind. You saw in the first game, he was causing a bit of problems. Against Bayern Munich, he was absolutely brilliant. I think he got a couple of assists. Because we'll pass it to you. Like, who do you think they're danger men, or who do you think is going to cause the most problems?
So you've mentioned those two already. Who are those three? Sorry, and they're danger men. Danny Olmo is a very creative player as well. Yeah. He knows how to create from different angles. That's why I like about him. He's not a player that can create from deep, but when it comes to getting close to goal, no matter which side of the box he's on, he knows how to find the pass. And Forsberg's quite underrated. He's not like a top class player, but he's intelligent. You can't underestimate intelligent footballers, and he's technically good as well. So those guys are the ones that are the main danger men for me, really, from that side.
Yeah. I feel like we've not left Jam with anyone here, but Jam obviously can repeat some of the ones that we've said. Who do you think is going to be the major threat for their team?
Like Kwejo said, there's Danny Olmo and Nkuku. Then Forsberg is also really good. I don't know if tomorrow is going to play. What's his name? Posek.
I think they're going to play.
Posek. I think he might play because he's not a good like an out and out striker, but he also has his qualities. So those are the they have this guy. What's his name? The guy with the ponytail.
Which one?
Oh, is it Southbeak? Southbeak.
Let us know in the comments if you know he's referring to. I don't know.
Mine's
Who's
gone
on
blank. I
about
need to check the squad. I can't remember.
Sabitzer. There's a guy with a blonde hair.
What? Sabitzer, the one that Usmaan mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
the one who committed the penalty in the first leg.
Yeah, Sabitzer. Yeah,
oh, yes, Sabitzer. Yeah.
He's very good. He's very, very good. He's good.
Yeah,
so
he's a guy that
I even read that United wanted him or something. Somewhere in the German news, I read something that we're after him. We're monitoring him also. He is good. And those are the four key. Those 5 players can cause havoc to us, but we just have to know how to contain, especially Omo and Nkuto. If you're able to contain them, I'm sure we will sail through. We have quality enough to beat Leipzig.
Yeah,
if there not be issues,
we should really get at least a draw from this game.
Leipzig is not a team that should take us out, you know.
Yeah, no. Listen, it is what it is. So, Benji, bit late, but it's in the lads. We love you, Benji. Hopefully, get you back on soon. Kimberly Rose saying, "Oh, United fans so naive as to believe that Paul Pogba still wants to play for your club." It's pretty obvious that he wants to leave. I did read the comment, but I thought pretty on. Anyways, listen, Kimberly, we know he's leaving. It is what it is, and we've had a chat on the group chat. Look, just to summarize it for me, and I'm sure the guys will agree. No player is bigger than Man United. Simple as that. If he wants to leave, he knows where the door is. The only reason I'm so annoyed by it is because I know our board won't actually utilize the money. Now we might get 50 to 60 million to him, and we could easily put that into a proper CDM and actually look like a good team. But I think we all know that that's not going to happen. It'll go into their pockets. But yeah, regarding Pogba, it is what it is. I've heard Cordo's thoughts. Jam, just quickly your thoughts, and then we'll do our score predictions. You know, what are your thoughts on the Pogba situation?
Like I always say, Pogba isn't an issue. The issue has always been about what his agent say. And today I read what Gary Neville was saying, that Pogba should come out and say, I don't think he needs to come out. He doesn't need to say anything. His agent has spoken. So
what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that, Jem? If he starts tomorrow, I don't think I can respect your club, because we've all put him in the starting lineup. So, like, what are your thoughts on that?
If he starts, he's our player. As of now, he's a bona fide property. We can use him.
Listen, he has to start tomorrow. Look, it's a big game for us. He's a big player for us. At the end of the day, he was fantastic in the first game. What me and Cole just said earlier, just do your talking on the pitch.
I'm just praying that he does not give us that. You see, against I think before against Arsenal, the Leipzig game, the first leg, he played really well. Then the Arsenal game, he was poor. This Saturday against West Ham, he was good. I'm just praying that tomorrow, if he starts, he doesn't flop, because that will make people even talk more and bring a whole. But there's a Pogba issue. If he wants to leave, fine, get him a club. I'm sure United. I know United will go in for money plus a player. Then they get him. Then they'll just let him go. That's it. No issue. Nobody should insult him. He has done his part. At least when he came, he won 2 trophies. That's it. We are done. We move on. Life goes on. We just, like you said, we need to invest, get a DM, a proper DM. That will help our team. Because if we have a proper DM, I'm telling you, the team will look more balanced. We'll not be shifting players. This. No. We just need a proper DM. Somebody who can do that role, cover the defense, and we are sorted. So maybe that's my issue about Pogba. Pogba, we realize like that. He has been talking like that. If we give him a contract, I think the reason why he came out is that United are not agreeing to their terms. If United agree to their terms, you'll not be out talking like that. So I think United don't want to pay that much. I think they are fed up.
Obviously, they don't have to pay. Well, I don't know what the fee is, but I'm assuming it's a ridiculous amount. Look, at the end of the day, regarding the Pogba situation, he's still our player. And as Coach said on the Rather Fun podcast, just listen. For me personally, just be a professional, get your job done, and you can leave basically in January or whenever it is. But from now until that point, just be the model professional that you've been at the club. Koja, yes.
I just saw Kimberly's other comment about the agent can only release statement after communications with a player. Raul has been doing this for years. He's done it with Ibrahimovic. He's done it with so many players. The guy talks when he wants to talk. So that's why I'm not really getting frustrated by it, because he's been doing this. He's got a legacy, literally creating havoc for his clients. So
That's how he is.
let
That's
Pogba
his
play
style.
football and let him ball out. And if he goes, he goes. If he stays, he stays. Right now, I'm not mad because Raiola has always been like this. He's been here, 4 years? In the last 3 years, we've heard he's coming, he's going, he's staying, he's this, he's that, he's the other. Raiola will forever talk. He's even said he's out to damage FIFA. He's going to eradicate FIFA now, apparently,
He's
because his
mad,
team to that time. It is what it is, man. So trust me, there's nothing for me to get stressed about, nothing for us to get stressed about. Let him play his football.
I'm not losing any
and hopefully
sleep
he's
over
fine.
it, put it that way. Listen, make sure you
Yeah.
drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Just to finish off, we're going to give our score predictions. I'm going to start just to get it out of the way. In fact, no, I'm coughing. Jem, we'll start with you. What's your score prediction, G?
2-1. A Rashford goal and a Greenwood goal.
Okay, fair enough. Right, Coach, what do you reckon?
I'll go 2-1 as well. Why not? Yeah.
That's my score prediction as well. Right, just for the sake of being different, I'm going to say 3-1. I don't believe it. I personally think if we score first, we've won. Like that's how I see it. Like I just think we'll have too much for them. I think they're gonna keep coming at us. You know, we've got that away goal, metaphorically speaking, and I think we'll have enough just to get over the line. Look, either way, you know, we'll see what happens. Danny Ings has just scored, which does mean Arsenal stay in 15th. But you know, there with that aside, Manchester United against RB Leipzig tomorrow in the decider. It's a huge game for us. Because of course we don't want to finish on Thursday nights because that would be a disaster. Make sure to drop likes, you know, put your score predictions in the comments and subscribe if you're new. Apart from that, it's been your host Usmaan. We'll see you tomorrow on the watch along and the fan call-in show. Peace.